I told you it's quiet now. So okay, let's start. Welcome. So now it's the continuation of the other course you did also, the Gita course. So Bhakti course, a continuation. Sankirtan Priya Prabhu requested me and encouraged me to do this course. So that's why he gave me material to do it. So today we are not so many, but hopefully, because there is festivals now, so hopefully next days there will be more people to come in the next week. So just give you why this course is essential. It's we have seen the Bhagavad Gita that gave us a foundation, and I don't know if you remember the middle chapter. What was the sixth middle chapter of the Bhagavad Gita? Bhakti Yoga, yes. So we're going to concentrate on that. And you remember Sankirtan Priya Prabhu, he gave an analogy about the three different parts in the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yes. So what was the analogy he gave?
I can't remember.
Remember?
Sandwich, yeah.
The sandwich, yes.
No, sandwich, not the middle of a cake. Bhakti sandwich.
Yes. So remember what was the top bread?
The top bread. Introduction.
Top bread, the sixth first chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
Karma.
Yes, Karma Yoga. That's the first bread. What is the last bread? Jnana Yoga, yes. And the middle is Bhakti Yoga. So that's the real stuff in a sandwich. Remember, he said that. I like this analogy. It's quite. We have some experience of that, to have a good sandwich. So the real stuff is in the middle. So we're going to speak of that, and we're going to build on this sixth chapter of Bhakti Yoga and expand on the teaching of Bhakti Yoga. But more in
Is it important to make notes? Or not really?
I think more of the thing we're going to speak, at least today, you know about it, but there's always things that you want to note and, to get inspired and something that touch you, So yeah, we're going to really give practical tool in this course to help to have a Bhakti-centered life more fully and more consciously. That's the goal of this course. It's not that we're going to see really new stuff. Maybe there will be few things that you will learn, but it's really to come back to the basis and to do it, to remember the importance of it. So just, this is the schedule of the course, okay? So today we're going to see introduction in part 1. Then there will be next week the second part, and then there will be a gap of 1 week because I'm in holiday.
So. Yeah, did you also check for the festivals here? In July, I think there's loads of festivals.
Yeah, but it's not in Friday. At least in the Vaishnav calendar, I didn't see.
Yeah, but what about their 50th anniversary and?
Okay, we will always arrange according to that. But I think next week I think it will be okay.
Also, I will be gone for 2 weeks at least.
When?
The 14th to 26th. So someone needs to.
Oh yeah, for this one, yeah.
So someone needs to do that. Yeah, recording.
Okay, we can speak about it.
Friday the 15th RD. That was the 3rd. 15th.
Here, August?
No, after 5. After number 5, 15. 15th of August. You see down there?
This one?
Look at the RD after the 5.
But which month?
August. Look at.
So there is 1st, 8th?
Friday 15. Look at number 15.
Yeah, I see.
Look at the 2 letters after that.
Ah, it's not like that here.
It's okay.
Okay. There was some mistake. Okay.
What about Facebook?
What about Facebook? Ah, no, that you will see. It's according to the topic we're going to check. So that will come the 8th August. Okay, like always, we start with what? Mangala Charan. Yes? Remember that this version is a little bit bigger, okay? No, not completely full, but it's a little bit bigger. So remember what Sankirtan Priya Prabhu said about the importance of Mangala Charan prayer? We do before each activity, spiritual activity, or very important,
Or something like
yeah, meaningful things in life. When that to invoke, what we invoke, blessing, blessing of the Acharya, of the Goswami, the Guru Parampara, that we can receive knowledge and help us to progress in our path. Yes? Okay, let's start. We do together?
Yes.
Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyana Jana Salakaya Sachurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Tamvitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pradhan Sahagana Lalita Shri Rishakan Vitamcha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachacha Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Vrade Vrindavaneshvari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanshakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so let me inform you that there will be no test during this course, just like the other one. So, but there is one thing. First of all, it will be nice that it's really interactive session, just like Sankirtan Prabhu used to do, and also it will be nice if there is one person each session commit to do the how you say, the recapitulative of the past course, past session.
Okay, I nominate Simon.
Each one will go.
Yeah?
Each one will go because there is many sessions, but it's nice because it keeps you alert, and then by presenting, you will learn even deeper.
Oh, you have to go up front and present?
No, you can stay in your place, just 4-5 minutes, just to say the main point, just to remind us the main point we saw, and then we carry on. So who would like to do it?
What exactly from the last session?
From this one. No, from this one you take note, and in the next session, you just, before we start, you just say the main point. Okay, last week we saw that. That's it, Okay? It's very good.
I told us.
You don't have notes.
Something I'm not sure which sessions I'm going to join. I probably not join most sessions.
It's very good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
I have to look and find.
No, he remembers everything from the last course of law.
Oh, he have like a hard drive and he not everything. Okay, so everyone received the ebook. You can have a look also about what is about in the section.
I have to copy on my reader. Ebook.
So it's a very nice. It's very short format. It's very easy to read, and so we're going to build according to this book. Before we're going to do a little introduction. Now we're going to do a little introduction.
You want me to read the introduction?
No. We're going to do a live introduction. So, I have one question. We see now in the world there is quite some diversity around us. Different beliefs, different faith, Christian, Muslim, lot of Christian, different kind of Christian, Muslim, Jew, Hindu, and many people so have religion. Why do you think people practice religion? And why do you think people come to the temple? What are the main reasons?
The main reasons,
Like say a few main reasons.
pain, distress.
Okay. So yeah, people are looking for some relief.
Yeah.
Mm.
Another reason, because people are interested.
Interested by what? What they are looking for. What is?
Some people are interested in God.
Okay.
More. Some people are interested in spirituality.
Yeah. Well, if you develop what are they looking for?
I think they want to discover life, and
okay.
I'm not saying that everybody wants to discover God, but they might discover something else if they look for God.
Some curiosity.
Or practice a religion, or learn something more about themselves, go deeper.
Okay.
And come to the temple, something similar.
Yeah. And you, Simon, why do you think people generally come to temple, church, or mosque, or?
I think people want to for different reasons as well. I think one, especially in Western countries, is also where people just go to socialize.
Yeah, that's one point. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, there's many reasons. Some are seeking for God, and often it's a mixed thing also.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
Yeah, I think some people practice religion or come to the temple because that's the way it is in their culture.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's actually the main point. Because of culture and tradition. Not because their parents went, it's their tradition, it's always been like that, always been to church on Sunday, so we continue, It's part of their tradition. Definitely, that's one very big one. Another one, big one also, personal desire, benefit.
Okay, they want something.
They want something from God, They come because they know, they pray to pass an exam, to have better finance, They feel if they do good things, like going to temple, praying, they will get some benefit for themselves.
Okay, well that would be different to me because they already believe in God, whichever way they believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already a different step here.
Yeah, some people don't believe in God.
Yeah.
And maybe they're interested.
Well, generally, people who come to temple or religion, they believe in God. But of course, if they come by tradition, they feel forced. Maybe they don't believe, but I think it's few percentage. Mm-hmm. Okay, next one. So this is very too big one. Huh? Next one is like you say, Simon, to socialize, to have community. Because people, especially in the West, they are lonely. So they try to look for good people around them. And generally, religious people, they are good, kind-hearted.
Yeah, my brother is like that.
Okay.
No, I mean, he is part of the Jewish community.
He feel like it's a family, it's a nice...
Not very religious.
Yeah, but he feel he's around people he can trust. He can...
Yeah, he likes to belong to something.
Yeah.
he does some services for the community.
Yeah. So it's important human need to belong to something.
Yeah, but I don't think he really has much strong belief in God.
Yeah. But this is one of the reasons why people come to church, to mosque, to synagogue. Another one, last one, to find God and spiritual enlightenment. So to have a sense of purpose in life, to have some self-examination, because temple is a place of reflection also, not to be on inside, not more outside but inside, and to look for reconnection with the divine. Who am I? Who is God? Like that. So what do you think is the more the best one or the purest one on
The
this?
last one.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And do you think there is something wrong with the three other, to go to the temple or church with the other one?
Yeah, I think there's something not completely right with all of them.
Yeah,
Because basically it is about spiritual.
We had that question before in the other course, I think, like very similar. And I said, I don't think there's anything wrong. It doesn't matter for what reason they go, because they can find God there.
yeah.
So
I agree. I mean,
Because anyway, we all come for a kind of mixed. It's not we are purely coming from one. We are all mixed, and you can come for a mixed reason, but also you can in the start come for here and then come here.
yeah,
You know,
influence.
yeah, most people don't come directly here at first. You know, so they come maybe because they want to socialize, but and by good sangha, by good association, they start to have some deep question. So. And so there is nothing wrong about the three first one. There is nothing wrong because it's like open door, you know.
It's opening a door.
Exactly. And but actually, the real reason for religion, for spirituality, and for temple is this. That's the main reason. And the other one are more.
They're like a stepping stone.
Yeah, they are stepping stone, and they are more like the mindset is more. How can I make the material world a better place for me? You know? This one is more, I want to escape this material world. No, I want to. Here is not my place. It's not my home. Here is, I can make it better here. You know, it's different mindset. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And people who are practicing on this level, on this tree, it's like seasoning. You know, when you have a nice meal and you want to make some nice seasoning on the plate. You know, so it's not the main meal, but they want to come to church. They want to have a religious practice to make their life a little bit better, like seasoning the plate. You know, seasoning your
We
meal.
have that here as well.
Yeah, everywhere in all religion, all kind of spirituality, there is different kind of people coming for different reasons. Always.
And it could also be a combination of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's your cultural tradition, you might want to be more social with people of the same.
Generally, it's a combination, but ultimately we should come to understand that's the real reason. But there is nothing wrong if people come for that, but ultimately we need to know that's the real stuff.
Nothing wrong, it's just lacking something.
Yeah. But by association, by coming, by purification, by taking pressure down, by hearing spiritual topics, automatically people should come in this level. So another question. What stops people from taking religion, spirituality on a deeper level? What do you think? Why people they stay like on the top but don't go on the?
Because they have to form some kind of austerity or cannot enjoy the senses as much as they could.
Okay, they feel it's like restraining their
It's restraining their so-called freedom.
yeah, their attachment kind of.
Because they don't have the proper association.
Yeah, yeah. And they are attached to their association that they have now. So that I have a list. Some say no time. That's a famous one. Some are fear of exploitation and suspicion, because it's kind of surrender, to go deeper in spirituality. And in the media, mainstream media, religious is quite portrayed like, be careful, you can be, you can be taken advantage of, Something is too high. The idea is too high, for regulative principle, many things to follow. Some say things too high. So social pressure also about on family and all that. If I go to this path, what my family will think of me, what my relative, my friend will think of me. Some social pressure.
Sorry, what was?
Sorry?
What was that?
Social pressure, like your work, your colleague at work, your parent, your friend, what they may think of you going deeper, So that are the different things that may stop people from taking really deeper spirituality. And actually, it's funny because most of this fear, they are just in the mind. They never really happen most of the time. It's you have some fear, but they don't manifest. It's some fear from inside, This may happen, this may happen, this may happen, But actually,
so they're being influenced from outside. Other people, they're being influenced.
Yeah, you think
some kind of
you think, okay, if I take spirituality, this may happen, My relative will not see me the same, or it will be hard because I cease to follow. So it's all in the mind and it's blocking you. But actually, when you take the step, Krishna is removing all the obstacles. So it's never really, of course, sometimes there is some obstacle, real, but most of the time, actually, it's more some fear in the mind. Let's continue. So that's what we saw, old habit. Some people have some old habits they cannot give up. They find it's difficult, like smoking, it's quite a big one. They are difficult to implement things in their life because it's like they see devotees, wow, it's like a lifestyle changing, how can I do it, maybe it can be too much at once. Lack of understanding and knowledge, so they don't know how to implement it. If they see some devotees who are fault finding or they mistreat them, that can be a very blockage for them, very big. To be judged from their where they live, their family. If we say you need to take the tilak, you need to put that, it can be discomfort, Self-doubt.
Self-doubt. Doubting.
Yeah.
For example, what?
Self-doubt, it can be self-doubt about can I do it, or self-doubt about maybe some spiritual philosophical topic, maybe something not make sense. Sometimes I think, okay, that seems like it cannot fit in my life. That's for all time. Now it's I cannot fit.
They're saying there that it seems old-fashioned. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Actually, yeah, we continue. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur, the father of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he categorized religion into four basic motivation behind any religious practice. So he said one is you practice religion out of fear. Big one. People fear of, we're going to speak of that, fear of hell, fear of being, God going to judge them if they don't do it properly, you know. This is the big one. Some have the motivation behind practicing their religion because of material desire. They go because they want some material stuff. Some practice out of duty because God is good, so they want to reciprocate and they feel it's their duty actually to do it. And some out of love. Love. They practice their spirituality out of love. Because
love for God.
Love for God, yes. Actually, this is the real stuff here. It's the real, that's what we want to go. We don't want to practice for fear. We don't want to practice for material desire. We don't want to practice out of duty. It's already a good level, but ultimately that's what we want. And it's the real need of any individual, is to love and to be loved. That's if you go behind all needs of the person, the bottom is that I want to be loved and I want to love.
Yeah, every person.
Everyone. George Harrison, he said, in this because he paid for the first printing of the Krishna book, so we asked him to write something in the beginning. He wrote something, and at the end he said, all you need is love, Krishna. So it's a fact. All we need is love, and this is when we find our connection with God, with Krishna. But until we're going to look for love in different places, different kind of stuff, because we are looking for love in different places. But until we come to the real stuff, we will not be satisfied. So there is a nice story in the Islamic tradition, a saint, a woman saint. She called Rabia al-Adawiyya.
And this comes from the book we know?
What do you mean?
The story?
No, this is an Islamic tradition story. So it's a very nice story. It was a saintly lady and a mystic, and one day she went out with two buckets, one bucket full of fire and one bucket full of water, and she was going in the street like that. And one man saw that, say, "What are you doing?" So she said, I will put with the bucket full of fire, I will put fire on heaven. And with the bucket full of water, I will stop the fire of hell. So the guy said, what that mean? And she said, because people practice religion because they are fear of hell, or because they want to go to heaven. But that's not the real stuff. They're not going to be satisfied, they're not going to be happy until they come to religion for devotion, for love of God. So that was the lesson. Very beautiful. No? So unless we go to religion about developing some love, so some worship, some devotion, some bhakti, we will not be satisfied. Okay? So that is one verse of Bhagavad Gita, recognize. Out of many thousand among men, one may endeavor for perfection. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Bhagavad Gita 7:3.
And that is more or less repeated in 1866. Yeah?
Sorry?
In verse 1866, that's more or less repeated, but in different words.
1866, you mean to surrender?
Yeah.
Yeah, but here Krishna really said it's not so easy. He said one may come, but not like you say, Jesus, many call, not so many. How you say in English? Many called, but not so many arrived. So. So why we said that? So we put this verse to say that actually to attain the perfection, to love of God, to really practice for this, is very high. Krishna say, hardly one knows me in truth. Many persons want to endeavor for that, but not so many actually come. So it's not so. It's a very high level. Yeah. So you see, Krishna didn't cheat us. He said it. So that's why.
We're trying to endeavor, are we not?
Yeah. And our Acharya gave us practical steps about that. If not, we will be lost, It's too high, So there is 9 stage to prema, to love. This is coming from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Madhurya Kadambani. So it's a journey to pure love.
Who has reflected that? Is it Sukrivan? This book?
I don't know. There is many different translation, I think, but it's possible. But it's Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, one of our acharya that wrote it.
And we have to remember the stages.
You know already, normally, no?
Yeah. I was thinking of the yoga ladder.
No, that's different.
Yeah.
So what is the first stage?
I don't know if it's the first stage, and that A stage is service.
What when you come at first in contact with spirituality, with religion, what is the first thing?
Neutral.
Sorry?
Neutral.
There is something something starts in your heart.
Interest.
Yeah. So how you translate that?
Interest. It's not just endeavor. Being open-minded or something.
Yeah, kind of. So.
Yeah,
I say the Sanskrit. Maybe you know them. Shraddha.
Listening and hearing.
Shraddha.
Shraddha is listening.
No.
Hearing. Remembering. Speaking. Yeah.
No, now you're speaking about the different process in Bhakti. Shraddha. Faith.
Oh yeah.
Start with faith. Yes? This makes sense, no?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's one of the stages. When
we start to think in life, there is something more, There's something more than this material body, this material stuff.
I really have trouble with the word faith. I would prefer to say belief.
Yeah, but it's a kind of trust, It's a kind of...
kind of a surrender,
it's a
giving over.
I will tell you what it means, I have here. What it means actually.
Faith is the first stage? Wow.
Yeah.
I thought faith would come somewhere in the middle. I hope.
Shraddha it means some respect. You have some respect for a sadhu. You have some respect for a spiritual teacher, spiritual tradition, And it is initial appreciation in authority, in spiritual authority. You have some appreciation. Say, wow, that looks nice. That seems nice. I would like to try. I feel some respect for this person. I appreciate what they are doing.
Yeah, that's what happened to me when I first came.
Yeah, you see. So there is some attraction.
The class inspired me.
Yeah.
Not the Charan.
So there is some attraction in one level.
Attraction. Yes.
So Bhagavad Gita, we see Arjuna at first he have some doubt. And these doubts are important, that I cannot get satisfaction in this material world. I will not find satisfaction in the material world. And this opens the door also to Shraddha. And of course, that comes also by the mercy of devotees, because where it's coming from is because devotees are showing an example. So this coming, the Shraddha is given by devotees. Hare Krishna, Dev. Welcome. Thank you to join. You had a good meal?
Yeah.
Like Indian meal? Nice, spicy. Okay, you feel better?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Is it possible to give them a quick recap or not?
Yeah, so we didn't start yet the course. It is an introduction. Actually, it's the continuation of the last course. It's called Bhakti Life.
Yes.
So I had two questions. It's why do you think people come to temple or to church or to religion? And mainly there is a four reason. It's because of culture and tradition. It's because of material benefit. It's because out of duty. No, what was that? Because they out of they want to belong, have a sense of community, and also because they are looking for God. These are the four main reasons. Then we spoke about what is blocking people not coming. So there is different fear that people have to not go deeper in spirituality. And then we spoke about the four different reasons. Bhaktivinoda said people actually practice religious life. One is because out of fear they practice. One is out of material benefit, material desire. They want something out of it. One is out of duty, and one is because of love. And then we saw the Bhagavad Gita verse where Krishna said, many people endeavor to come to perfection, but not so many come to know me, to know Krishna. So now that's why we said love is very high. It's very high stage, love of God. We want to go there, that's why we are here, that's why we are practicing. But there is step, because we cannot jump directly. So there is some steps. The first step is faith. So faith is some trust. Some trust in authority, some, how we say, some appreciation. Some appreciation. Yeah. So there is something beautiful in that, you know. I think Prabhupada, he translated like that. Faith means trust in something sublime. Prabhupada translates like that. Faith means trust in something sublime.
Trust in something sublime.
It's beautiful, huh? Trust in something sublime. That's faith. So that, devotees inspired some faith in others. By the mercy of devotees, we get some faith. Okay? Then, next stage. Remember, what is it?
Cool.
Then what happened to you? Once you have some faith, what happened to you?
I became inspired.
Yeah, so what you did?
I started visiting more regularly.
Exactly. So, association, sadhu sangha. You want to be with these people, you want to
know more.
Yeah, you want to know more. So you associate with them. Then, what you did after? You associate with devotees.
Practice.
Yeah.
Really?
Practice, bhajana kriya. Well done. It makes sense, you see, it's very natural.
Bhajana kriya? What does that mean literally?
Bhajana kriya, bhajan, it means you do your bhajan, you practice. Actually, you start to worship, to glorify the Lord.
And kriya?
Kriya. Good question. I will. Yeah. You see, we will not. We will not here, okay? here.
The test at the end. No, that's good. We didn't start
Okay, so what happened once you do bhajana kriya?
I think
What's going on inside?
you start purification.
Yes.
That's what purification, okay, but I would say, you start to get some faith. But that's why faith being at number one.
Actually, all through to prema, from the top to the bottom, it's all graduation of faith.
In steps.
Yeah, graduation of trust in God, in Krishna. When you are in love, you're complete trust, complete faith, completely.
What did you say, Simon? Purification.
Yes, purification, anartha vritti. Okay, that's a big one, huh? All the bad quality, because artha means something that has some value, and anartha means it's at no value.
No?
No value.
No value.
No, don't.
I thought, but they speak of anarthas. Is that something else?
Yes, anartha. Anartha is something in your heart have no value. So vritti, you need to clean that.
It's a bad quality. No?
Yes. So artha means value. Anartha means no value.
Yeah, okay.
So in this stage of purification, what does the process, the practice, it's clean everything that don't have value in your heart. That means everything that is separating you and the Lord. It's cleaning. It's cleaning.
It's like Prabhupada was cleaning the mirror. Or
Exactly. Seto darpana marjanam. Cleaning the mirror of the mind.
The heart, I thought.
Yeah. Actually, it's the heart is like the mind is like a mirror.
Yeah,
And
this man could be like him.
It's dusty.
He can multitask. He can listen and do all kinds of things to do that.
So you can, but when you start to dusting this mirror, because if you look at a mirror and it's dusty, what you see? Dust, you know? You think empty is dust. But when you clean, you can see yourself. But what happens when you are in a room, you try to move stuff, you try to clean, what happens?
It becomes more organized.
Sorry?
It's dusty again.
Yeah, it's even worse. You know, because you begin to move the dust. So at start, it's like worse. It's like, wow, I should not have started. Now it's even worse, you know. So sometimes we have this feeling, oh my God, what's happening in me, you know? It was better before. No. Just when you start cleaning, everything becomes dusty. It's natural. When you do in your room, it's the same. But when more you continue and more it's...
In the beginning, it starts to come out and you say,
Exactly.
What am I seeing now? I didn't expect this.
Exactly. Let's put it under the carpet.
So that's the purification.
Exactly. So become purified to our misconception, you know, about I'm this body, I'm this mind, you know, I'm that, I'm white, I'm this. A lot of misconception, we believe, we have trust. So it's cleaning all that. What is the next?
Come on, Simon.
Neutrality.
Steadiness.
Something like that, yeah.
Yes. So that is when the heart becomes more and more clean and removed from misconception. Spiritual practice become more steady. It's less a struggle.
Yeah, it becomes more natural to you.
Exactly. And then what happened?
Elevation.
We develop some taste. Ruchi.
Did that in the beginning as well.
Actually, you know, it's presented like that, like some steps. It is some steps, but it's also you can have some percentage here, some percentage here. It's not because you start that you cannot have taste, you know.
Okay, it's not that if you miss part of one stage, you can't go to the next.
Yeah, exactly. It is both actually. It is a progression, but at the same time, you can have some how you say, some little bit of the different experience. Yes? And then, what happened? It's very important. This stage is when we begin to really at this stage, Ruchi, we really begin to experience, you know, what we learn in the scripture, you know. Our people told me that, you know, that's very powerful. And of course, like you say, sometimes we can experience it even before. Because if not, if Krishna don't give us some taste, you know, we will be finished, you know. So Krishna give us some taste, of course. But at this point, it's really become part of our life, you know, in the practice. Okay, next one. Attachment, asakti. So that is when really you practice. It's your life. You cannot do without it.
Ashakti, doesn't Shakti mean liberation? And Ashakti probably means the opposite.
This is asakti. So I don't know Sanskrit so much, but it's different. So this is really it's part of our life. Become really attached to our spiritual practice, and then it's become very high. Then is bhava, ecstatic love, and prema, pure love. So that is our steps.
9 stages.
It's good to have a roadmap in life, no? So this course is focused on this 4-1.
4 first stages.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Yes.
How boring.
Sorry?
How boring.
No, because actually, you know, this stage is like a mountain. It's first is uphill, then you're steady, and then so the most important is this one because it's the longer, it's the hardest. So that's where we really need to focus now in our sadhana practice. Once you're here, then it's very quick. It's like natural. Everything is natural. But here, the practice takes a lot of effort. So that's why we really need to focus, to give encouragement, to know what is going on. So it's a very important part of our spiritual life. So that's why the 18th step, it's actually focused on that here. Faith, association, practice, and purification. Yes, it makes sense?
Yeah. It makes sense to you.
So it's nice to know it's divided in practical steps. Because if you look like that, maybe you don't know how to go up. So if divided in 18 steps, it's more easy to put it.
You can ask him about things.
Yeah, I will see him after. Okay, let's continue. So that's what we're going to see during this course. It's an overview. So that's the first one we're just going to do now. Me and Krishna. Then next week, me and my home. Then me and my lifestyle. Me and the world. Me and my friend. And me and my journey. So see, it's me and my friend. That's why it's Facebook.
Sure. Well, I don't have friends, you see.
Ah.
I don't have Facebook.
You don't got any friends?
I thought I don't have Facebook.
Easy, you can skip that stuff.
Okay, so let's start. Do you have some question before we start? Deb, everything okay? Makes sense so far? Okay. So in this first part, what's the time? Okay. This first time we're going to see three things, 3 steps. Conversation with God, uncommon senses, and active devotion.
Uncommon sense or uncommon senses?
And uncommon sense. So what is conversation with God, you think? What we're going to speak about?
It's a book from Neil Donald.
Oh, really? So what he speaks in this book?
That's very interesting. What about? I can recommend it.
It's good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Conversation with God. Why did this happen to me?
No.
That's not the type of conversation you're referring to.
No. We speak about a real conversation. Not a philosophical one, but real connection.
Not why didn't you get me this car?
So how do we connect with Krishna? What is the main connection with Krishna? Yeah, especially? What we're going to see. So this, actually, I'm going to reveal to you, this is about chanting, this is about Prabhupada's book, and this is about service seva. Yeah. So it don't seem like extraordinary. We all do that, but it's the basis of our spiritual life. Sometimes we think to advance spiritually you need something complicated, something special. No, it's very simple. But we really need to focus on this simple thing. If we focus on this simple thing, then we will make some advancement. If we do it properly, so we need really to go into this thing and do them properly. So that's why it's good to repeat, to go again and again to basis. If not, we're going to do many things, but we forget what is most important because we think it's so simple, so we don't focus on that. So the secret is to do this simple thing well, and this will develop our bhakti. Let's start. You know who is that?
His face looks so familiar.
You know him, no? A great predicator, a great preacher in our ISKCON movement. It's Indrayumna Maharaj. Indrayumna.
Is he coming this year?
Not sure. I didn't hear about it. But you know, he was living here for many time, for many years.
Is he the traveling one?
Yeah. Actually, in this picture, I know this picture. This picture I remember when I saw first. He was chanting on the japa on Rupa Goswami. The actual japa. He went to Vrindavan. They allow him in this place where they keep it to chant on it. So he could chant one round on it, and he was very focused. You can see him. Was really.
Rupa Goswami?
I think it's Rupa Goswami or Sanatan Goswami, but I think it's Rupa.
Still in his body at that time?
Rupa Goswami? No, Rupa Goswami is like 500 years ago. Contemporary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's one of the 6 Goswami.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking.
No. Oh, he would be very, very old.
Yeah. So he was allowed into Rupa Goswami's...
Japa. That's the japa. That is the mala.
That's Rupa Goswami's mala?
Yes.
Wow.
Amazing, huh? So, in our life, this is the most important thing in our spiritual life. The chanting of the holy name. It's the activity that is actually the foundation of all our spiritual life. They say, here in the note, they give an example. It's like a rudder of a boat.
A rudder.
Rudder, yes. It's very important. If you don't have it, you don't have direction. You don't know where you're going. So they give this.
So japa is number 1.
Yes. The holy name is number 1. So let me ask you a question. No. This is after. I don't know if you have, the remote for.
I have on my little tiny website.
You have one?
Yeah, I bring it in the break, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can have a try because it's difficult a little bit.
Yeah, maybe if it's not working, because they're not so expensive, are they, to purchase?
That's
So before we go on to the other slide, just to connect with the other slide, I have a question. Is it really a bad thing wanted to escape from this material world? Is it a bad thing to want to escape from this material?
Prabhupada said, pure is when we custom to the devotional service, but we're so attached to this world, so it's good that we want to go get away.
Yeah. You know, once even the devotees, they saw a beautiful sunrise. Wow, so beautiful sunrise. Prabhupada said, even tears can keep you coming to the material world. To appreciate that. So what do you say? Is something bad to want to escape from this material world?
It's like a trick question. No, it's not bad, but you have to.
Why is not bad?
No, but the problem is, if you don't know what's bad, then you don't know what's good. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you only know good, then it's not good anymore. It's just normal.
Mm-hmm. But why should we? Why do you think some people want to escape from the material world? Why is it?
Because they suffer.
Yeah, exactly. So, what is the three quality of the soul?
3 questions.
3 quality. What is the soul made of? What is the nature of the soul? Remember?
Oh, yeah. There's 4.
Sorry?
Yeah. So there's the bodies, different bodies.
Not the nature of the soul.
The 3 qualities of the nature of the soul.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Satchitana.
Yes. So what is Sat? What is Sat?
Oh, Sat Chit Ananda.
Yes.
Full
Sat.
of bliss, full of knowledge, and eternal.
Yeah. Eternity, Sat, Chit, full of knowledge, of consciousness, and Ananda,
Bliss.
full of bliss. So, here in this world, what we see? The contrary.
Yeah.
Everything is temporary. Everything is full of ignorance. That's why we come to school, we need to get education, because everything is full of ignorance. And suffering, like you say. We are actually, our nature is to be blissful, but there is suffering everywhere. So that's why, it's not our place. We don't want to stay here. We want to escape from this world that is temporary. We want to escape this world is full of ignorance and misery. So it's quite natural to want to escape. Make sense? Yes? That's why we already saw this quote, a very nice quote of C.S. Lewis. If we find ourselves with a desire that nothing in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that we were made from another world. Beautiful. It's true, you have desire that is not from this world, to be eternal. What is eternal in this world?
Yeah, it is true.
So we have this desire of eternal, blissful life of knowledge. True, no? Even in the cartoon, like Disney cartoon, at the end, and they live forever happily. You remember at the end of Walt Disney, they always say that, and they live forever happily. So that is a calling of man in the heart. So where is coming from this desire? Where is coming from? And that's a very nice quote. It's because if you have this desire, it's because we are not from this world. Yes, you get it?
I get it. But people have to realize or understand that they have a desire.
Actually, they know, but they want to make it appear in the material sphere. They try to, with political, with technological, they try to make it appear. But they don't understand actually they are not from here. So they cannot realize this on the material with matter, but with consciousness. So that's a very beautiful quote. So that's why Krishna, he sees us trying to escape this world, trying to find our nature again. Krishna come back, he come down from the spiritual world in different ages to give the process to come back. That's why he say in Bhagavad Gita, to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreant, as well as to reestablish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. So Krishna is said he come to give us the means to escape from this place. So you remember there is 4 ages. You remember the 4 ages? Yes, Deb, you know the 4 ages.
The what?
4 ages. Yes. So each age have different process. You see where I'm heading to. So Krishna, he come in this age of Kali as, yeah, but before he came as, he's just side of you.
Sorry, can you say the question again?
So Krishna come to give the process of this age. And he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even in the Vedas it is say Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama Eva Kevaram, Karonastye, Vanastye, Vanastye Gati Anyata. You heard this verse before, no?
You repeat something 3 times.
Yes. You heard this verse? Harer Nama, Harer Nama. You know?
Yeah.
You remember what it means?
Chanting is the only way.
Exactly.
Something like that.
In this age of Kali, there is only one way. The only way is to chant the holy name, chant the holy name, chant the holy name. There is no other way. There is no other way. There is no other way. In the Veda, when they repeat 3 times, that means it's definite. It's definitely, definite. So
the years, there's always 432,000 deducted from Satya Yuga to get to Treta Yuga, and again Treta to Dwapara Yuga 432,000.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good memo. It's good to remember if you want to calculate.
So I do have a question about this, because you see here they're using also the Western terms called Golden Age, Silver Age, Copper Age, Iron Age.
Yeah.
I've heard about it many times in history lessons when I was a young child. But those ages are compared to Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara and Kali Yuga.
Yeah, but they say it was different, right?
Sorry?
I never heard that in the beginning was the golden age, because they say like, oh yeah, they discovered copper first, maybe iron, and then
Oh yeah, this is a speculation of modern scientists.
What we heard.
Yeah, it's a completely speculation. You speak about like kind of the history of modern science.
When the caveman came and they're using drones.
Yeah.
So it's not related to that?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Thanks for that, Charan.
Actually, they say we evolve, but we say we devolve. It's a fact. Now, more and more, the principle of religion are coming down. But then it's coming back, because it's cyclical. You see, the history, the Western history is linear. It don't make sense. Everything in the whole creation, everything you see in nature is cyclical. Everything. Everything is cyclical. But I don't know why they have this idea that it's linear. But it's a complete speculation. Everything is cyclical. So the Veda explained to us that everything is cyclical, even on the subtle. There is some ages, there is some how you say, influence in different ages. So, and that's why the process change depending on the influence of each ages. And the age we are is the chanting of God's name that is a more effective way to make some progress.
To go with our minds.
Yeah, because we are so much.
We're so ignorant.
Yeah. The quality of the human is going down.
Yeah. Bad memories and that kind of stuff.
Actually, there is a verse now about that. That is one verse, Srimad Bhagavatam. O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men almost always have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. So what can you do with that? You need a simple process.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, it's everyone in Kali Yuga. Everyone. So this is the influence of the age. You cannot do anything, it's the influence of the age. But to counteract that, we have the holy name. To grow. And you have the Srimad Bhagavatam and you have the holy name. Everything related to God. To chanting especially. So just by chanting we can attain spiritual perfection in this age. And so that's why Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to open this treasure of the holy name. So he came as a devotee. He didn't come as Krishna himself, but he came as a devotee, hidden, and he is known as Shana Avatar, which means covered incarnation. He's a covered incarnation. Okay? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he came, just a little history of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came in 1486 in West Bengal. In his early life, he was a great scholar. He debated a lot of debate, and he defeated the biggest mind of his time. It is said he could teach what's needed for like a 12-year study. He could teach it in 1 month. What you need to learn in 12 years, he could teach it in 1 month.
Sorry, I don't understand that.
What you will need 12 years to learn, you go to the school of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was young, he could teach you that in 1 month. He was such a teacher, everyone wanted to come. Such a sharp mind. Because he is God, so. And then what happened to him, he get initiated by Ishvara Puri at the age of 24. And then when he got initiated, his spiritual master gave him a mantra, the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And then he became completely mad in love of God. Couldn't control himself. Completely mad. He even asked his spiritual master, what happened to me? I'm chanting the mantra you give me, I'm becoming mad. He said, you attain the perfection of this chanting. And then he started to chant in every town and village. In all India, he went in South India and propagated the holy name everywhere where he went. So that he established the Yuga Dharma. And then, that's we see. And then the rest of his life, he was traveling, preaching with great pandit, great scholars, and he was establishing the Maha Mantra everywhere. So actually, this chanting of the holy name is something we see in all religions as important. All religions speak about it. And we have just a few examples here. This is in the Quran. Glorify the name of your Lord, the Most High. then in the Bible, everyone who calls upon the name of the Lord will be saved. Then this is a Buddhic text. All who sincerely call upon my name will come to me after death, and I will take them to paradise. Apparently, Buddha said that. And then, of course, in the Padma Purana, I dwell not in the spiritual world, spiritual kingdom, Krishna says, nor in the heart of the yogis, but where my devotees are chanting, there, O Narada, I stand. That's Krishna himself speaking to Narada Muni. So it's quite something universal from century and millennium. This understanding of the chanting of the holy name. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to re-establish that, to make it understandable to people how important it is. Because it's, like we said in the beginning, it seems very simple, but it's actually very powerful. So there is many different mantra, in the scripture, in the world. So just few, there is a Gayatri mantra, quite famous, Om. Gayatri, actually, you get in second initiation, is really to support the holy name, to give strength to the chanting of the holy name. The Om, very famous around the world now. You know what our Acharya said about the Om?
I thought that was the first sound.
Yeah, actually it is. It is actually the first sound of the creation. It's that to support everything. But what? Yeah, but the Acharya said also that the A represents Krishna, the U represents Radharani, and the M represents the Jiva. So there is all the tattva, all the truth contained in the. We're going to take a break in a few minutes, okay? There is everything is contained at home, like in the seeds form. Seeds, like a seed. Yeah? But actually, we don't chant it because it's like you say, it's in the seeds form. It's like impersonal. But we chant more to get a personal interaction with God. So the Maha Mantra is very personal.
Do some of our mantras that we have? I heard from people that many of the mantras start with Om.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the Vedic mantras start with Om.
Prayer that we start off with Om.
Yeah. Most of the Vedic mantras they start with Om. Because, like I said, there is everything in Om. It's the sounds of creation and everything is there.
Yeah, and in a lot of South Indian mantras.
Yeah, it's great. Everyone, even the impersonalists, everyone chanting Om in the beginning of each mantra.
Yeah, I think there's one where they have all these thousands of names of God or something, and they have Om.
Yeah.
It's very South Indian.
Yeah, they like to recite mantra. So, but we chant the Maha Mantra. It's the great mantra, Maha Mantra, the greatest mantra. So, Hare, what means Hare?
It's the potency.
Yeah. And exactly. Radharani, or it can refer also to Hari. Sometimes they say Hari, that's Krishna who take away the obstacle on a spiritual life. But in a deeper level, yes, it is Radharani. Yes. Krishna, so Krishna means the whole attractive. And Rama, which means the reservoir of all pleasure. These two names of God, that's very powerful. Most powerful. So we pray, it's a prayer also. What we pray when we chant the Maha Mantra?
What do you mean?
When you chant the Maha Mantra, what we're asking, what is this Maha Mantra about?
Yeah, it's just the names.
Yes, but Prabhupada gave us.
Connecting to speaking of God.
Yes, but all this is true. But Prabhupada gave us a specific prayer in the Mahamantra. That is the highest prayer to have in the Mahamantra.
Really?
Yes. You don't know? Yeah, when I will say, you will know. Sorry?
Another prayer in the mantra.
Actually, it's a mood that Prabhupada told us to chant with. It's a prayer that we aspire in the Mahamantra when we chant. It's Radharani, dear Radharani, dear Lord Krishna, please engage me in your service. This is what we try to aspire, that they accept us in their loving service. Yes? That's what we want. We want to be active, we want to love, we want to offer service. So what is there? So the Mahamantra, yes. So different type of chanting, you all know, japa and kirtan. So we take a break? Yes? Let's take a break.